Thank you. In continuing with the Mission Imposter World Tour, I'm here with John Lauerman, Director of Engineering for New Jersey Microelectronic Testing. John, tell me, what have you found, what's your experience been in counterfeits on the floor here?
Well, on an electrical level, a counterfeit part is either going to be a catastrophic failure. In other words, it'll have no functionality whatsoever with regard to the designated functionality that the part should have. On the other hand, we can find that there are characteristic flaws in the part, such as switching times, thermal impedance in diodes, voltage high levels, voltage low levels. So there's a lot of parametric problems that can also occur in clones. But generally, most clones are going to be discovered electrically when they are catastrophic failures. They just do not work the way that they're intended to work.
And what have you seen in the number of clones coming through the floor here?
They've increased over the period of years, and it's become more of a problem. And this is why we're developing the program that we have here.
This is my 5th year speaking on potential dangers and the counterfeit products and distribution and awareness in the industry. And you hear it each and every single day in our environment. China, what's going on? How do I protect myself? What do we do? Okay? And as I look at some of you here today in the industry that I've done business with, this is a long, lengthy discovery. What I mean by that is I've looked at the epidemic in China, the counterfeit products and the clone products, as a disease. And basically what we've been doing for the past several years is trying to uncover bits and pieces on how to cure this disease. And is it curable? Well, I'm not so sure yet, but I will tell you this, okay? Can we prevent it? And the answer is clearly yes. A few years back, ironically speaking, I never wanted to get involved in the counterfeit business to begin with. Our laboratory, which has been solid in New Jersey for 28 plus years, has catered to not only the commercial, automotive, industrial industries, but our forte was military and aerospace testing. So we were familiar with a lot of the major procedures and guidelines that screened and qualified devices. And then suddenly we had aerospace companies that came up to us and said, hey, you guys tested product, okay? And you passed it, and in the board a couple of years later it failed. How did that happen? And long story short, it started happening with other projects. And it escalated more, I would say, 1998, 1999, right, as you went into the millennium. And the long story short was, it became a guessing game to say, well, you know what, if you tested it electrically, that part must be authentic, and it must work. And that was the problem here in the industry. See, if you go back 30 years, and I know some of you here in this, I know by some of you here in this crowd have been in business for over 30 years, you figured if you tested the part electrically and it worked, you had a good product. And we all thought that. We were all at fault for that. And some of the major space companies today feel that that's the way to go. And it's not. The long story short is that there's product in China that we used to concentrate and say, it's counterfeit, it's a complete phony, it's a fake. But then what's happened over the past 10 years or so is that they've gotten very good at reproducing the product metallurgically. So therefore, it would pass electrically, but you don't have an authentic unit. So here we go into this whole counterfeit clone syndrome. What is it? Is it a knockoff? Yeah, it basically is. It's a knockoff that works.
How are you informing your customer of this program and the importance of it?
Well, first of all, we're advertising via internet, okay, and we're doing mass mailings to inform them of the 11-step process. But the World Tour has been designed to get the word out that, hey, if you have a free hour or 2 hours, attend the seminar, and it's free. And what we're going to do is bring an education on how to prevent the purchase of this products in the future, because what has happened is that most of the brokers and distributors don't know where they're getting their product from, and every year our team at NJ Med are finding new discovery, okay, and new tests and little shortcuts in the industry to get down and to try to put our arms around this epidemic. So I think the seminars are a great education, and we're continuing with these all over the world to say, listen, if once again, if you do have the time, attend the seminar, and it's very detailed, it's right down to the point on how to protect yourself. And what's great about it is that I offer this this open seminar. It's like a free chat seminar to share the experiences, you know, the vagaries that these customers have seen in the industry, and what recommendations we could make to help them in the future.
Now, a lot of this product is coming from China, if not all of it.
Yes.
What are you doing, if anything, to detect on a more local level?
Well, right now we're in the process of completing a registration of an LLC. New Jersey Microelectronic Testing is forming a division out in Shenzhen, which is called AMET Testing Shenzhen LLC. And I feel by putting a test laboratory there will help any distributor or broker all over the world detect the counterfeit before it's distributed into the United States, which will save them a lot of time and money.
Thank you, Joe.